Hi there, this is Business with Dave. In this video, I'll be helping you pick one specialist dish for your street food business. And we're just gonna go through a couple questions and hopefully you can take a lot from it and you can decide at the end of this video what you should be doing. But before I jump into this video, I wanna thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel. You guys are all awesome. And if you haven't already, do subscribe at the end of this video. It'll be much appreciated. But yeah, let's jump straight into this video. So the first thing is, where are you from? And I think this is so important because everything tastes better when it's authentically made, or whether it's homemade, whether it's traditional, whether it's classic. You can't really beat traditional with anything because everyone knows what it is. Everyone is familiar with the flavors. Everyone knows that there may be variations in different regions of where you're from and what type of food. It's just naturally that we are all drawn to what we grew up eating as well. So do think of it as where you're from ethnically as well, whether you could pick a dish that is reminiscent of maybe your childhood or your mom and dad's recipe or grandma's recipe that you could turn into a business and share that authentic story. That is always a good sort of way to start a conversation and get people talking about what you're making and why you're making it. The second thing is, can this dish be eaten all year round? Sometimes when it's too hot, you want to be eating something cold, and whether it's cold, you want to be eating something hot. But if you could have a sort of dish that is on the middle where you could serve in both seasons, and then obviously autumn and spring is in between, then that would be great for everybody. Because ultimately, you could be making the same thing, improving it, and just serve it all year round instead of only being seasonal. For example, seasonal things are like ice cream. You could really only sell it during spring and summer. And like noodle soups, that's more or less autumn, spring, and definitely winter. Less during summer. But if you could do something like banh mi's, which is more or less bread and grilled meat, you could literally sell that all year round. And crepes and stuff like that, and burgers, literally people will crave that stuff all year round. So if you do something like that, specialize it and make sure it's tasty and it's great, people will eat it all year round, and you don't need to change up your menu, make too many specials. You can just focus on one dish, have a couple of variations, and you'll be good. The third thing is, can you make this dish well? And I think, again, you want to be delicious, you want to be tasty, you want to make sure it looks good because it needs to be Instagram worthy and people can share it to their friends and family. If it doesn't taste good, people won't come back. They'll just eat it once and they'll just be like, I've had better from somewhere else. There's literally no point coming here. Probably would never come here again. So making sure that it's trial and error, that is perfected, you've got feedback from your friends and family, and spice levels is reasonable, that it's not too spicy. If people want it spicy, they can make it more spicy with add-ons. Definitely work with what you have, just making sure that it's great, or else people won't buy. So just bear that in mind. If it doesn't great, if it's average, why would people buy from you? The fourth thing is, can you make a decent profit margins from this dish? So this is when you factor in your costs. So if you do know what you want to make, you do know the list of ingredients, you've perfected the menu, you will know how much to buy in bulk. Yes, stuff will be seasonal. Yes, ingredients will be seasonal. But if you can make sure that you can buy in bulk, reduce your costs, make sure your prices is good, it's average, maybe it's on level with your competitors or maybe slightly higher because it's a specialist dish that you love to make and that you can charge a high price for it, go ahead and make sure your margins are good. Because if you can't make a decent living, there's a point of learning, and I think that's great. I think if you just want to learn about business, serving customers food, then you could deal with a smaller profit margins as long as maybe you sell more of it, so you're selling more in volume. But if you're just about breaking even consistently, it's probably not worth doing. It really isn't. So just make sure that your costs are low, you're picking something that the margins are pretty high so people kind of perceive the value as high, so you can charge a higher price, and then you can work with that. So try to, if you want to do lower quality, lower price, then you can sell that in volume. Definitely do that. There's literally no problems with that. Keep the quality decent as well. But too high, too low, work with it. Definitely work with it, see what works, experiment with pricing, and hopefully you'll find a good middle ground that will satisfy everybody's needs. The fifth thing is, can you offer variations? So obviously, one specialist dish, can you add, maybe have 2 meats and 1 vegan option, or if it's 2 meats, 1 vegan, and have a couple of sides. Just keep it short and sweet. Can there be variations on the same dish, and maybe get people to buy more of it with your side dishes, or have special deals, have special offers? This is where, if you have a specialist dish, you can just literally have 2-3 variations, and that's all you sell. Literally buy everything in bulk. You don't need to have like 20, 30 ingredients, making everything there. You could be just maybe have like 10, 12, easy, low cost, super efficient, really effective. People know what you're making, people know what you're selling. It looks great, it tastes great. Hopefully your business will flourish like that as well. And my 6th and final point is anyone else doing something similar to this idea? Because you don't want to be doing something that is a carbon copy or nearly something similar to someone already setting up at the market. Number one, the market people probably won't have 2 of the same things, so do think of it as, if you know where you want to go, check it out, make sure they're not selling burgers or pad thai or curries or banh mi's, and then they'll let you do it. And I think that's so important. You don't want too many people doing the same thing, because then you're just cannibalizing the market and there's no variation. So do consider what is already at the market, what you can do, and do think of it as a specialist dish that you can take a lot of pride, and you want to be making it fresh, or if you're pre-making it and serving it fresh as well. Take pride in what you're doing. I think offer something different, adding a sort of twist to it as well, so people can be memorable towards your business. That is always good, because if you could differentiate yourself, then obviously people will know where to go for the best burgers in town, where the best pad thai with some shrimp variation and fried stuff. People love that stuff, people Instagram that stuff all the time. So if you could do something specialist, think about what the customer may want and what you can do really well and make a good margin, super efficient, super effective, super quickly as well. You are onto something, but it will take time. Do be patient. Don't rush your research in the beginning. Do plan it out. Think about your costs, and hopefully you can think of something that will be uniquely yourself and that you'll be happy to share with everyone else, and have a good story to tell. Learn from it, get the experience, build that confidence, build that customer relationships, build friends for life, and yeah, best of luck to you. Thanks for this video, guys. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did like this video, and consider subscribing to the channel. It would be awesome to see those subscribers go up like always, and I know they are, so thank you so much for those who have already. I've been Business with Dave, and hopefully you found this video useful. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.